once again compare it to Expedition 33, we can see the staggering difference in performance.
May brought us yet another amazing game release with Doom: The Dark Ages. With so much hype surrounding this new addition to the Doom franchise, it's no surprise that many investors flocked to the game to immediately start playing it the moment it was released. Right? If that's the case, then why are the numbers not adding up? What are they hiding? Hello everybody and welcome to the Gaming Marketplace, where you don't invest with your money, but with your time. On today's update, we're going to be talking about Doom: The Dark Ages. Players were transported back to the vicious post-apocalyptic hellscape that is Doom, making its return with its loud heavy metal in tow, but with a bit of a medieval twist. This game has you play as the
Slayer,
as you once again slaughter a horde of demons to save humanity. The reception for this game has generally been good, as IGN gave it a score of 9 out of 10, and Steam reviews shows it as very positive. Lastly, Bethesda recently announced that they had reached 3 million players. Everything shows that this is a good game. Everything except its sales. Bethesda hasn't officially announced their sale values, but we can get a rough estimate by looking at a couple of factors. We can take a look at the Steam database, which estimates that 566K investors bought the game. Now, I hear you asking, but didn't they say that they had 3 million players? Well, yes, but this is a trend where companies are stating their player counts, but not actually stating their sales. Doom: The Dark Ages was released on Xbox Game Pass, which means that some players could play the game without actually buying it. Let's compare this to the performance of Expedition 33, a game that was released at relatively the same time, and we can see that it was also released on Xbox Game Pass. But they have celebrated the fact that they have sold over 2 million copies. These sales don't even account for the people who played Expedition 33 through the Game Pass, highlighting the differences in reception of both games. But this isn't the only outlier, which we can see more clearly if we take a look at the differences of their stock performances in the gaming marketplace. Let's take a look. In case you're new here, let me explain how the marketplace works. We have created a unique metric to keep track of the games in the marketplace. We call it the Game Enjoyment Metric, or GEMs for short. These GEMs are calculated by using your time investment data, such as how many hours you play a game and how many people play that game. We also consider how much content you watch related to that game, whether it be on YouTube or Twitch. There are additional factors we take into account, but let's just call those trade secrets. Once we gather all the data, we pack them all together and calculate a value. That final value is the GEMs. Repeat that for every game, and the gaming marketplace is born. A stock market for video games. We work to improve the algorithm every day, so if you're interested in the concept and want to support us, please like, subscribe, and click that notification bell. Now, let's take a look at the performance of Doom: The Dark Ages. We can see that, on release, Doom only managed to acquire a gem value of 86 gems. For a game with so much fan support and hype around it, this value is pretty low. Civ 7 was able to reach a peak of 235 gems when it was released, and that game was received poorly. If we once again compare it to Expedition 33, we can see the staggering difference in performance. Expedition 33 currently sees an average of 3 times the gem value of Doom: The Dark Ages. No matter how you paint it, Doom doesn't seem to be holding out that well. Now, before you start Doom posting in the comment section, this is not to state that the game is bad. I just want to highlight the fact that although public reception has been really good, we haven't really seen investors spending that much time on the game. Why do we have this divide? Well, one reason might be that the game just doesn't have much for you to do. In fact, common sentiment is that the game is fairly short and too easy. Even content creators have started playing this game and passed it quickly, leaving you with less content for you to spend your time in. Most people pass the game after playing roughly 13 to 15 hours. And there doesn't seem to be much endgame content for players to keep investing more time in the game. This is making some investors question whether the high price tag is worth it, especially in a year where we've seen a rise in fun and engaging indie games for much cheaper. Ultimately, it falls on the publishers to determine whether the game was a success or not. But until then, I leave the question to you. Do you think this game was a success or not? Would you be willing to pay $70 for it? And if you played the game through the Game Pass, would you have invested your time and money if it had not been in the Game Pass? Please let me know in the comments down below. I recently made a video on Civ 7 and Expedition 33, so if those catch your eye, please take a look. Also, check out our brand new Discord server. And lastly, please remember to invest some of your time in liking, subscribing, and clicking that notification bell for more updates like this. But with that said, that concludes today's update of the gaming marketplace. Catch you in the next one.